that last run, she's up to this sort of company.
Well, he also mentioned Making Eyes as well for Hugo Palmer, who's improved all the time as well this season.
Definitely good win. It's hard to know what the value of the form was in France last time out, but again, each time the horse has run, she's improved. I think the pick of her form is Wisdom Cut in the ground, and a shower or two before Saturday, I think, would be in her favour. And
finally, I just want to mention Ajuba, because she had looked like she was a sort of tripless horse for a while. Then she ran an absolute stormer, I thought, at Goodwood when she was one of the horses that was sort of quite aggressively ridden, too aggressively ridden, but she did by far the best of them when third behind My Queenie. She was then very patiently ridden, set back up to 10 furlongs behind Opera Gal on soft ground. I just quite like her, and I think she's running very consistently well at the moment.
Well, she is, and they tried various trips. I think a mile was probably her minimum, given she's been so effective over slightly further. But that was a good effort last time out, a good run, and she's definitely a horse who is improving with her racing, despite having had a few races now. And she's another horse who's somewhat in the mix.
OK, well, you can see all of that live on Racing UK this Saturday. It's the 3:25 at Sandown. Now we're back to Kempton for their third race, which is the Betdaq Mobile Apps Nursery, over 6 furlongs. It's a Class 4 event. There's a non-runner in Hassanan. CeeLo's the favourite at 2-1 from 7-4. Title Gent is 9-4 from 2-1. Exceptional is 5-2 from 7-2. Rafale is 12-1 from 11s. Tommy's Secret 16-1 and back from 20s. Must Be Me 20s from 16s, and 3 Crowns is 33-1 from 40-1. CeeLo, Benji's tip for what it's worth. Steve, what do you think of CeeLo, whose marginally best performance was this one at Newbury when winning over the trip in a maiden on good to firm ground?
Good time as well, and the form's been franked. I think he's very likely to try and lead tonight. He did this day, and again, it's early days in a lot of these careers, but there's no obvious horse to take him on. I thought he did it in really good fashion, as I say, and backed up by a good time. I think he sets the standard, but having said all that, I think this is a good race. But I do think he sets the standard.
79, the rating he's been given for his handicap debut. What did you think of that?
I think it's all right. I think 79 is fair. The time, as I say, suggests that's on the low side.
OK, he's making his all-weather debut, so that's an unknown.
Absolutely, that is an unknown.
Exceptional is wearing the hood for the first time. She's number 1 in the Thurlow Thoroughbreds colours, green and yellow. She won her debut over the course and distance, a maiden, and then finished last of 4 in a Nottingham novice event where she didn't really settle and the race wasn't really one to suit. The thing that takes your eye about her is the Cheveley Park entry.
And I'm interested from the yard trying the hood, because they've done pretty well with a horse called Steps this year, who they've tried the hood on and had some success, so maybe he chooses the right horses. They clearly were disappointed with her second run at Nottingham, where she was favourite in a 4-runner conditions race and at best didn't improve on her debut. She won in pretty nice style. She is obviously quite highly regarded. We know she acts on the surface from that first run, and if the hood does make a difference, much respected on that first run.
Title Gent was a winner last time, much improved on his second start for Brian Meehan. That was at Wolverhampton, so it was Polytrack debut, and now he makes his handicap debut from 77.
Again, it's a cracking race, this, because the horse was favourite on his debut, clearly had shown something at home, back and ended up well beaten, made massive progress first to second run and won in pretty good style at Wolves. 77 I think is reasonable mark on the Wolves form, certainly not, without any improvement he comes right into the mix, and given he improved so much first to second run, it'd be foolish to say he's not capable of more. Again, a definite player, might look very well handicapped.
He has fancy entries as well in the Champagne Stakes and the Dewhurst, both of those over 7 furlongs. Rafale is interesting as well. He improved on his second start, although he's below form at Newmarket last time.
Maybe didn't say 7 furlongs, possibly. 6 furlongs today's trip was the scene of his win the time before. I thought 75 was about right, and presumably Richard Hughes had the choice and has chosen CeeLo.
The 3 outsiders, 20s and 33s?
Well, Tommy's Secret is not going anywhere. I thought it was a little bit high. 3 Crowns, again, much more exposed than some of these, and I thought it looked high enough. The mark they've given it, and Must Be Fine again. Has been quite a busy boy, beaten 10 lengths off a similar mark last time she ran.
Just the 3 to go forward then. You saw that final flash of betting, an interesting nursery with a couple of horses that have fancy entries to their name. Let's go and join Sam.
And just waiting for CeeLo. Just walking up now. The favourite CeeLo, looking well. 3 Crowns just rearing a little in the gate for James Doyle. They're set. And away they go. This Betdaq mobile apps nursery, 6 furlongs. Exceptional, the green jacket on the inside of 3 crowns. CeeLo Handy, red and white striped sleeves. From the next one, Titled Gent, then Raphael towards the inside, pulling furiously. Must Be Me and Tommy Secrets at the tail of the field. It's 3 crowns that takes them along, shadowed by CeeLo in second. A length and a half then to Exceptional and then Titled Gent. Another length and a half to Raphael towards the inside of the strong tugging Must Be Me and Tommy Secret, the grey, in last place. So about to swing the corner with just over 3 furlongs to cover here. Just a half length between the front two, 3 crowns and CeeLo. Then up the inside is Exceptional in the green jacket, grey colours Titled Gent, black and yellow Raphael, Tommy's Secret and Must Be Me. Homeward bound, and Richard Hughes gets to work on CeeLo, who wasn't able to pick up there, and Titled Gent showed much better acceleration on the near side to challenge 3 crowns. On the far side, Exceptional. Tommy's Secret is charging home, then Raphael, and CeeLo looks disappointing. They run inside the final furlong, and it's Titled Gent in the hands of Kieran Fallon. A strong left-hand drive here will seal it all right. Titled Gent by 2.5 lengths comfortably in the end. Tommy's Secret snatches second, then Exceptional, and Raphael back in fourth.
Titled Gent has won this quite decisively for Kieran Fallon, and Brian Meehan moved into the lead off the home turn and put distance between himself and the rest of the field. Tommy's Secret has come from last to second for Brett Doyle and Jane Chapple-Hyam, and third was Exceptional in her first time hood for Neil Callan and Roger Ver, and fourth was Raphael. Here are the closing stages where in the grey Titled Gent is asserting.
Yeah, and was pretty impressive, really. It was a real no-nonsense ride. He sort of took on the 2 front runners, furlong and a half out, sharp turn of foot, settled it, and clearly just a horse was going on the up. Whether he's good enough to justify the entries he's got, I don't know.